Friday night normally, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see around the 70 mark here tonight.
So here we go. Friday night football doesn't get any better than this. Good bounce, gets us underway. Cameron just flicks it to the back.
And like last week, Angus Brayshaw starting in the middle with Luke Jackson, Max Gawn forward.
Viney shins it into the path of side bottom. He's taken in the Neil Bullen tackle. Released the footy wide. Oliver, 32 possessions the last time these sides met. They come straight after him.
They're looking for the duck, JB. There's his duck dinner right there. They have got in and they've given him chopped duck.
So there's the answer. Did Collingwood talk about it during the week? I'd say so.
My oath they did. And he's out there and he's in the back of picture, as you can see. And it won't be the only time they come at him, I wouldn't think. So he's in for a torrid night. Cameron doing the ruck work. Jagoe into the turf. Viney, just the man you want inside there when it does get a little bit willing. Brayshaw, handball, intercepted by Chris. Chris bangs it inside 50. Punt road in. Long ball, made to the boundary line, and it will get there. Good staff gets the congratulations of the defenders.
That's going to be interesting to see how Langdon deals with that, because normally he plays the wing. It's not a physical position, but now he knows that there's a target on his back. He's going to be looking over his shoulder.
Narrow ball in, Viney. There's Maynard, went without it. Gone. Flicks it down the line. Howe steps out of that really nicely. In they go again, the Magpies. Deep ball, May folds off again. Big thump.
That's twice now, big thump. You can see just their intent early. Clear the area. Don't go for intercept marks. It is a bit greasy, especially while it's hot, though. Just keep it simple. Get it out of bounds.
Angry throw in. Deep here for the Pies. Cameron, beautiful. Out the back to Goey. On the left boot for the first goal. Inside the minute. Just the start they would have planned. Crack in on Langdon. Don't give away the free, but let their feelings be known. And then an early goal from one of their gun forwards. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Pies.
That's a man you don't want to let free, but there was a bit of a confusion with the handover. Oliver stays back, and Hibbert, they get a bit confused as he puts through a beautiful left foot goal, but those two sat back and sort of looked at each other and said who was going, who was staying. Great stuff for Collingwood.
Cameron ruck work was extraordinary, wasn't it?
Deft touch.
He's back involved here with Jackson. Stripped of it, Pendlebury. Jackson flicks the handball forward. Neil Bullen went without it, and Viney had his head down over the footy.
Play on, play on!
High ball, and they all go falling over. Petrarca! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! So what about that from both ends? Jagoe, superb. And then the track. Front and centre, and the power of those two athletes on display.
What an amazing goal this is by Christian Petrarca. So good, stands up in tackles, just has the strength to get it to boot. He has the match up there with Braden Maynard, who's Collingwood's best lockdown defender. He started forward tonight, Petrarca, and gee, that is what he can do.
Player Simon Meredith there. Andrew Stevens and Robert Finlay with him tonight. Viney with a clearing ball. Gawn the danger if he can trap, and he does well. Then was appealing for the free, let go of it. Maynard there was involved as well. Little ball out to Hoskin. Elliott ran over the top. Lever gives him the don't argue. The look away handball to Langdon. Now Brayshaw. So Brayshaw wants to go forward for the Demons once again. Up goes Petrarca, almost interfered with. Now at ground level, Pendlebury. Nick Dacos to Goey. Fast, furious. Dacos, Josh gone. Salem got him in a ripper. Furious pace out there at the moment. Caught cold. Salem lines up. Cracking pace in this game at the moment. Real feeling as well. Friday night, second versus third. We find out a lot more about these two teams come the final siren tonight. 48 metres, normally pretty good. No exception. Great start.
This is first of the season, BT. That really nice.
And he's still working back into his form, Salem, so that's a bit of an upside for Melbourne as he gets better and better and reaches last year's form. That is very good news for the Melbourne Footy Club.
Huge tackle, Salem. The way that the Pies got the D's back in round 13, and a big feature of a lot of their 10-game winning streak has been their ability to run the ball out of their defensive 50, really challenge opposition by getting speed on the ball, getting access to the corridor. Salem said no way.
You can see Collingwood wingers coming off the back, defensive side to stop Melbourne bursting from the corridor.
Pendlebury tries to track the footy. Jordan.
Kicking in danger,
Clean, kicking in
Melbourne.
danger. He's going to go Oliver's way.
Play on.
Immediately deep in the Jackson direction. Fritz there as well. Dacos' hands were clean. Murphy. A wide one. Johnson, Petty. Good tackle late on Petty. Crisp. Maynard. Look out. Brayshaw comes in. His hands were really clean. But that's not a great ball, although Pickett arrives late. Bounces off a couple, Cozzy Pickett. Melcham and the very good Moore.
So, Hodgie, you just mentioned the Collingwood wingers are starting more in a defensive attitude. Why?
It's because Melbourne are known from the centre bounce to burst out the front of the stoppage. So it's just there as a bit of a defensive side. In case they get that break, they can go in there and put pressure on.
Throw in deep, Jackson. Good work, clean handball, Viney from the bound, deliberate shot. I think it snuck through, it has. What a start, 3 straight. Wow, you thought Collingwood have pumped up. The last couple of minutes has showed that we've got 2 of those teams here tonight, and Melbourne with basically 3 in 3 minutes. And this is the sort of form their supporters want to see out of them. Simon Goodwin's incredibly animated on the boundary line.
Well, Viney gets a little bit of a block there from Oliver. Just confusion, but Jack Viney just gets better and better. It's his 5th touch tonight. Second amazing goal from Melbourne after Petrarca's first one. Taking the opportunity.
From Jackson too. Clean possession, and then the nice dishes. We're back in the middle. Cox. Angus Brayshaw now in the midfield. Long ball forward. Benny Brown. Melcham's there as well. Fires it back to Neil Bullen. Jordan. To the top of the square. Gone! Jeez, he had a good piece too. Just couldn't hang on. Noble closed down. Couple of magpies. Pendlebury and Dacos, and well, they do that pretty well. Still they trade him. The kick's a wobbler. Angus Brayshaw controlled that nicely. May, Jordan, Oliver. Runs out of tarmac, gets it back to Jordan, who wobbles it inside 50. Gone again. Howe. And a free kick.
Holding, Collingwood.
He's going Collingwood's way.
So they just need a little bit of control here, the Pies. Feel the footy a bit. Toss it around safely to slow the Melbourne momentum, I guess. That's what they'll try and do. Noble now. Down the line. May, who's been instrumental already. 3 fists. Cameron, beautiful pick up. Lipinski cuts his way through. Beautiful ball, Elliott.
Great lead by Elliott. He's ducked back towards goal, and once his opponent took his eye off the ball, he's hit back up. Great kick by Lipinski.
7 inside 50s in a row for Melbourne. Ended with this one. 4 goals kicked in the first 18 kicks of footy here tonight. Elliott now. This looks like it's going to be high scoring. Punt road in for Jamie Elliott, right behind him, goal. So 2 goals to 3.
Charlie.
It didn't look high scoring an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, BT. It was absolutely thumping down.
It was.
It shows how amazing the drainage is at this ground. It's now beautiful footy playing conditions.
He's a very reliable set shot, Jamie Elliott, isn't he? And he wants to take the shot. He's not looking to give it off.
Well, great finish, Elliott, but I love that. The pick up from Cameron. Big man down, clean below his knees. Quick give. Just didn't hesitate at all to flick it off to Lipinski. And he had the composure to realise there wasn't heat coming, took some ground.
And Myercheck as well, just gets it to ground. Just a good contest against May. Get it to ground, you have to do that.
Gone down, Brayshaw's hands again, good this time. Petrarca gets on the end of it. The boos will come for Langdon all night. Neil Bullen broken up brilliantly by Quaynor. Not Dacos's best. Crisp's now got to work hard. Josh, good handball, but the numbers are here for Melbourne. Neil Bullen taken in a really good Dacos tackle.
Ball up.
The heat is on.
It is really on, JB.
Let him go to the footy. Don't block him. Back this way.
It is on all right. Encouraging for everyone watching. Brayshaw, this midfield of Melbourne, so good. Collingwood need to respond in that area. Petrarca. Noble couldn't hold the mark. There's Ben Brown back into the side to Spargo. Little ball smothered wide by Murphy. Highs, no doubt. Days will look to change the angles with the ball through the corridor to disrupt the D's defence if they can.
Yeah, that'll be the plan. That's part of their DNA anyway, Collingwood, so they don't have to change much, but it's just more of a challenge against a really organised defence like the D's, especially when you keep conceding clearances like they are at the moment.
Dribbling ball for Tagoe. Salem has a good piece of him. Brayshaw over the top. Brown. Oliver streaming through. Neil Bullen outside of the boot. And that's a free kick. Jake Melton actually played that pretty well. Got to the front and didn't concede it.
Brayshaw is a concern at the moment for Collingwood in the midfield. He's already had 8 disposals, but he's had 3 clearances as Angus Brayshaw.
Not bad flexibility for Melbourne. When you're struggling for the midfield, just throw him in the middle after playing half back all year. Has that impact.
Directly in front, obviously. Will be 4 in a row here for Melbourne. Good start. So 4 straight. Plays 2 straight. And that's good from both clubs.
Oh, it's a cracking start. Good to watch.
Collingwood got the surge kick out, but it's just the transition from Melbourne. They've been good in and around the ball, and there's Brayshaw, as Richo said before. They've thrown him in the last 2 weeks. He's been excellent for them. But just how composed Melbourne are in a pressure situation. Free kick is clearly there, but they're just so composed.
Jackson reaching, Cox outreached him in the end, and this is the area the Pies have got to at least equal tonight.
Collingwood.
The clearance area, De Goey's ball. He wastes no time. He knows forwards like it in there quick. Myercheck with a big thump. Ginnivan chasing. Dacos as well. Jordan did well. Lever will hope he finds the boundary and disguised it magnificently, Jake Lever.
Daisy mentioned it earlier, BT, that anytime the high ball come in, they're not worried about trying to take the mark because of the slippery conditions. They're just trying to punch it, clear the danger zone, so none of the small Collingwood forwards can put an easy goal.
Started about 15 metres away then Lever, but May knew he was coming, just held his player to ground.
Goey just bullocks his way through. Goes for Johnson. Bright young talent. Out of play. So 4 straight, 2 straight. I think I said 4 in a row. Melbourne want to amend his 4 straight. Nice and accurate. And the goggles on. Clear lens under the lights. Dacos just not able to be clean. Brayshaw's hands on the up. Speculates with that handball. Crisp was there. Noble. Side bottom.
Stand! Fire!
The champion's been long to Cox. Oh, got a good piece. Hunt. Ginnivan. Viney. Really well tackled. Handballs to green grass. Crisp. Dacos. To a pretty dangerous spot. Almost Hoskin Elliott. Lever spins out of there and out of play in front of Hibbert to be thrown in.
There's a little bit of cat and mouse up the other end. Melsham's trying to go to Moore. Moore's trying to go to Max Gawn, sitting behind the ball. And Noble's following Melcham around.
Do you reckon they'll sort it out at some stage, Hodgie?
I know Melcham, he's not going to give up.
Here we go. Oliver. What a player. Jordan. Around the corner, high ball here. Melcham again.
Holding the man.
Magnificent Jake Melcham. Fists of fury. Gets it to Gawn.
Stand!
Gawn at half forward. The little one's on offer from Spargo, but he kicks it out of bounds on the full. I think for a moment he thought he was a genuine midfielder, Maxi. Now Howe.
Stand!
I don't think that's just for a moment, BT. I think that's a permanent mindset for Big Max.
Yes. More.
This is good play. You do not want to go down the line. This is a really good switch.
Final. Hard running side bottom. Petty comes back to impact. Hibbert spins out of there. Viney focuses on the ball as always. And then dribbles it forward. Ben Brown, clever. Spargo. Where does he go with this? Max Gawn in perfect position. Brilliant, Melbourne.
Look at Hibbert in the back pocket there. Leaves, squeezes up. Penny comes from the front. Hibbert comes from the back. Brings the ball to ground. Transition all the way up the other end. The result is Maxi Gawn having a shot at goal. Great defence.
For the Demons, 5th. He can get wobbly with these, Big Max. And there's an example of it.
Yep. He has improved, having said that, I reckon, over the last couple of years to where he was. But that one wasn't one of his best. Moore, very wide. Side bottom will need to get a hand on that. Hoskin Elliott did. Now, the kicking action's not always textbook with Maxi. The drop's pretty high, and he didn't quite flush that onto the right part of the boot. A little disappointed in his efforts there. Mason Cox, crowd building. At the back is Langdon. If they could get him, they would, but they can't. Leads a clean tail. Viney brave, Melksham, Pickett, head over the footy. Noble's got to go. He's under real pressure. Maynard through the pack, relieves it for a moment. Melbourne are set to come back. Petty, will he want to go quickly? Probably should have, and now decides he will. So Petty inside 50, Cox and Gawn there. Big fly Howe at the back. Melksham breaks the tackle. Little handball back to Gawn. Could have gone to Oliver. Went high with the kick. Brown's the tallest player there, but couldn't get hands on it.
Deep forward 50 stoppage for the Demons. Tough one for Dacos to handle. Here's Carmichael. Gawn clean possession. Dacos strips him of that, and then a toe poke over.
Robbie. Mason. Back.
These big games, late season. Final shaping games.
This is where you see Petrarca and Oliver work together, put a block on, bit of movement.
Mason Cox. It gets to the back. Jackson. And now Petty.
So Petty trying to decide and absolutely nails the kick to Gawn, just out of range.
Outside 5.
Pickett offering a lead in the pocket, that'll be covered. So he's going to kick it a little further out than what they perhaps normally would. High ball, they fly. Pendlebury, Murphy, and a really good player deep in defence, Murphy. Ginnivan. He and Rivers go at it. Wow. He says, give me more crowd. A huge cheer.
Supporters love that.
For a guy that hasn't been getting too many. Ginnivan. Didn't they love that, the Collingwood supporters? And didn't they love it? Maynard. Picking up on your comment a moment ago, Richo. They're looking to change directions here and angles all the time. Now Jeremy Howe through the middle. Cox has got the lead here. He's got a little break on his man. McCreary's at the back. Cox stands and marks. What a grab that was. The pressure from the back was extraordinary. And the big man stands up.
That's because of that switch, BT. I mean, you can't go down the line. The good switch into the middle of the ground, it just shifts the defence a little bit. And Cox was one-on-one there, BT. There wasn't a third man in, which is what you need.
We're just not going to see any straight lines forward from off the back end for Collingwood, are we, Richo?
No, definitely don't want to do that. There'll be times they have to, but great switch there. At least you had a one-on-one. You had no third man in.
You can hear the crowd buzzing. Cox, 30 out, goal. 3 goals to 4 goals. Oh, that was a rock-solid mark from the big fella then. It was a good kick to his advantage, but he still had to hold off the forces from behind. And a very solid forward-end mark. Points down the ground to those that made it possible and says thanks.
You can see Cox there just near the corner of the square, but it's a switch there that opens up the play, and then just smart from Cox to work hard into the forward 50. And because of that ball movement and open up the fat side of the ground, Melbourne had no one to come third man in. Great contested mark and finish.
3 disposals inside 50 for Collingwood, and they've kicked 3 goals with them. McCreary. Held up.
Thank you. Darcy. Luke.
Petrarca.
9.
The big body Magpies latch onto him.
Fire.
Neil Bullen. Hunt. Angus Brayshaw.
Touch ball. Touch. Play on. Play on.
Ben Brown didn't realise it was play on, and I'm not sure how he got hold of it, or rid of it. I should say in the end it works. Jackson's got Pickett on. Goes further afield for Fritsch. Murphy real nervous. Big grab. Bailey Fritsch.
Just Melbourne at the stoppage there. They had a couple spare. If you give them time and space, they'll use the ball too well. Another clearance to them.
Right out. Right out.
Has kicked a goal in every game this year, Bailey Fritsch. And he was never missing from there. See, this just looks like 2v3. High quality football.
This is just a high-quality contested mark here from Bailey Fritsch. Look at his eyes there, never off the ball, but he knew where Murphy was there, and that is the way there that you can actually protect the drop zone legally, just using your legs there. Gee, that's a really, really good contested mark from Bailey Fritsch.
8 goals collectively in 25 minutes of footy. You've got to like it. Clearance out of the middle, clean to Goey. Pendlebury, the best candy seller in the business. Goes very, very wide. Good-looking ball. Johnson. A lot of upside about this kid too, full of confidence. Got some natural forward attributes. Looks good.
Looks really good. You can see there, just connected really well with Pendlebury. Didn't chew up the lead too early. Knew that Pendlebury would take the ground in front of him.
Oh, they're good hands days coming at that speed. Ball. So now Johnson will find out a little bit about his distance capability here. Going out to get a bit more leverage. Gee, he was cool over it. He just did that so easily. 4 goals to 5 goals. Wow. He just caressed that. It was like the golfer that has the perfect timing. Didn't hit it too hard. Just absolutely perfect timing.
Pendlebury with time and space is always going to do damage. Just classy out of the middle. And then Johnson, just that little check step to make sure that he didn't lead too far up the ground by the time Pendlebury kicked. Good reach. It wasn't much Hibberd could do. Perfect kick. Took it at the highest point, and what a celebration.
Clearance here for Melbourne. Chris Elliott. Collingwood should have said, and Elliott streaming away, and now it's with side bottom, drilling ball inside 50. Petty's got a lunge. Ginnivan to Goey. Squaring here for Big Mason Cox. McCreery. Good tackle in the end from Hunt. McCreery still going, and the umpire lets it go. Now it's going to be a ball.
He was trying to take the whole team on. He was lucky to get away with no freeze. Some shocked Melbourne supporters there. One lady begging and pleading the case. Hibberd gone. What a tackle. Jamie Elliott as sharp as a tack. This to make it a 10-goal first quarter.
Stand right here, please. Thank you.
Remarkable, quick,
Jordan.
highly skilled footy. Finals feel about it. Brayshaw a bit sore, he'll be right. Elliott for his second. To get them within a point, directly in front. Look at the Melbourne players all standing there and watching. Elliott gets his second. Melbourne by a point. Gotta love it. Both teams nailing tackles at each end of the ground. Both teams look really sharp with their pressure acts, don't they?
Nice.
And that lady there was not happy with the original decision, and she's probably got a good case, I reckon. He did look to fend and take him on.
This is just important from Elliott. His mindset goes from offense, a chance to kick a goal, automatically goes straight to defense, puts pressure on a chase and a lunge and a great tackle there. Kicking second goal for the quarter.
Hot start. 10 goals in the term, gone high. Oliver, 2 gone. Crisp.
My ball.
Pryor.
Max.
Little one from Clayton Oliver straight to Dacos, and that's a really clean kick. 150 games for Jamie Elliott. Has missed 89 in compiling that 150. Been on the list for 10 years. Not a great handball, but Dacos stays in the contest. Actually did that really well, and the stoppage, the result.
You can see why Dacos gets so much of the ball. There was that smart little kick across half back, and then his work rate to get onto the half forward line to try and get another touch, get back into the play.
Side bottom, just missed with the attempted kick. Ben Brown, Viney, Angus Brayshaw sits it out in front of Ben Brown. He's got ground level issues here. Howe, Crisp. Good ball for Cameron. Can they surge here, the Magpies? To Goey. Elliott. Really tough ball for him to handle now. Side bottom. Can't get around. Little one inside 50, but Salem's there.
There's Salem now. To Brown. And Howe did well. Petrarca, really good positioning on the front and centre. And now got hold of it on the end of this as well. A quick ball in. This is a certain Melbourne goal. Fritz closing. Dacos there. Couldn't cut him off in the first. Handball back to Pickett. Goal.
Cheers, PT. This is a precursor as to what we're going to be seeing in September. Bring it on.
Yeah, you think of the footy that was being played a couple of years ago and the slowness of it, the lack of quick movement, and you compare it to now, which is, we get a lot of this sort of footy now, and it is amazing.
Just well done by the D's. Petrarca made that early decision to get going, and then a clever kick. Wasn't necessarily to anyone, he just knew that he had the Collingwood defenders on the hop. What a game of footy. I think it would be concerning to the D's, even though they're up, that they've conceded the 5 goals, though. We know at their best, they're a stingy side. Collingwood only 11 entries for 5 goals would be of concern.
Highest scoring first term for the whole year at the MCG. Langdon. Oliver. Posy Pickett on the left. Howe with work to do. Jackson flicks it back to Petrarca. Brilliant from Moore. Lunging spoil. Darcy Moore, superb.
What a spoil from Darcy Moore. A definite goal saved. Little things matter. Side bottom. They've seen the half-minute sign on the benches. They know they don't want to concede. Side bottom drops it down the line. Cameron trying to bring it at the front. He did it really well. Although the little kick out now. Do they reload and go? Time will run out here. What a 50-metre penalty.
Told you to stand. You
A
were standing.
50-metre penalty with 1 second to go in the quarter.
And he moved sideways.
This will bring in within 25 metres. There's a second on the clock remaining. Siren will sound. Gee.
It's the correct call, I think, but it never feels right when it costs the team a goal.
No, I think it's dead right. But, wow, what a mistake to make in the last 20 seconds, 15 seconds of a game. Even if it is the first quarter. For an incredible collective combination of 12 first quarter goals. Salem here from 30 metres out, dragged it. And a rare miss in what have been an explosive quarter of football. Melbourne's good play, the Pies likewise. The blue at the start with Ed Langdon and the all duck but no dinner. Melbourne by 8 points. 11 goals kicked in it, Melbourne by 8 points, Richo. Down to you.
Yeah, thanks, BT. What we saw in that first quarter, the all duck, no dinner comment from Ed Langdon this week in the media, and right from the start of the game they got into him with a big tackle. But once the game gets going, it's too hard to worry about that stuff now. Got more pressing things to get into.
Little dribbler from Gawn, Neil Bullen, Jordan, and there is Max. This time he'll just punch it long. Brown and Howe almost hung onto it, Ben Brown. Good tackle laid on Neil Bullen by DeGoey. Brilliant first quarter of this game. Sizzle everywhere. Slapped forward by Brown, and Howe's taken in a tackle. Maynard dumps it out of there. Rivers just beyond his range. Jake Lever coming in straight away and saying, mate, settle it down. You can make this distance, certainly. Battle to get a permanent spot in the Melbourne lineup.
15 gone.
Trent Rivers, after a brilliant year last year.
Play on.
Not going to make the trip. And thumped over, ball in.
Ben, you up? Mason. Thank you.
Real finals feel about it. How good can Collingwood be today against the reigning premiers? The team that looks like it's getting back into some sort of form to defend its reign. Pendlebury with a spiring ball out towards a vacant wing. 2-on-2 here. Picked up early by Jordan. Little handball, clever tap, Spargo. Lever involved as well. So was Rivers. Now they come back in. Alex Neil-Bullen. Little hand on it. Viney's been instrumental in this game. Is he pinged here? No prior, says umpire Simon Meredith.
Interesting little battle going on between Nick Dacos and Alex Neil-Bullen. Neil-Bullen often goes into the contest and stoppage to help support the D's midfield, and Dacos is sitting off, getting heaps of the footy.
Let it go, let it go. It's prohibited contact. Clayton. Let it go, guys. No. Can you go away, please? Can I get you to stand? Yeah, your knee went straight into him. Rough conduct, yeah. Play on.
Rough conduct it was. Fritsch. Maynard again. Such a reliable defender, and he goes back in the Gawn direction. It's when he plays his best football, Max Gawn. Kick behind the play and so reliable in the air. Murphy had it and lost it. Petrarca picks it up and just misses.
That battle with Melsham and Moore. Melsham just won't let Moore get a run and jump at the ball, just playing in front of him, locking him away.
Nick Dacos has got a superb left boot. Side bottom there, Lipinski. Well done, Langdon. Back inside, hits the target as well. And that's the man you speak of, Hodgie.
That's why you can put someone like him as a shutdown forward, because he's smart enough to realise, he's done it a couple of times tonight, when the turnover's on, he breaks free and gets into a good spot.
And it's just the repeat entries there, isn't it? That's the third entry in a row, and eventually you get a forward who's out.
Tossing up, whether it's the drop punt around the corner or the banana, he's going to go around the corner. So Melksham has thought through the process, and that won't spin back enough. Didn't quite make solid contact at the right point of the footy. And a bit of a let-off there. And he felt comfortable doing that. He thought it was the best way to do it. He summed it up.
24-11 now, the inside 50s Melbourne's way. It's starting to really work for them. Oliver. Too much heat on the handball, and again untidy out of the defensive 50. Collingwood this time it was Murphy dumping into the crowd.
Yeah, the contested possession now is +10, JB, and that's why I think that's got to get a little bit closer tonight. They don't rely on it, Collingwood, but it's got to get closer or else it's just going to live in Melbourne's forward half.
Leave along, Gawn, well done, Cox in front. Petrarca, Oliver. Centering ball, Sparrow, and Langdon.
To Langdon, Melbourne. Yeah.
So much focus in the last 24 hours on Ed Langdon. Just a quiet radio interview.
15 gone.
And all hell's broken loose. Directly in front.
He's going to jump in the box here. Cox on the mark.
They'll be letting him know all about it, but that's gone through. First of the second term, Melbourne, and it goes to Ed Langdon.
This is just playing a free kick, okay?
Mason Cox is drawing some attention.
Well done, Mel. Good, great times with the mark.
Smart kick by Oliver, just at the top of the goal square. Courageous running back with a flight, but Langdon was just in the right spot at the right time, fell into the hands. And Cox has been getting a little bit of attention after he that physical confrontation with Max Gawn in the ruck. He had 3 or 4 of the Melbourne boys run up and just let him know that's not on against their skipper.
And he says, come on, I'll take us all on. Says, come at me. Jackson. Brayshaw now. Gawn the target. Howe's got a tough one to beat. And Max Gawn has been paid the mark.
Jeremy.
Good
Jeremy,
grab.
Yep. One more. Stand there.
5 touches already this quarter to Maxi Gawn.
15 gone.
So Gawn won't have any trouble here, I wouldn't have thought, with the journey. It's all about the accuracy with Max. Not an incredibly fluent runner, but one that's comfortable for him. He kicks it out wide.
All clear, Jake, coming. Play on.
The set shot misses for Max Gawn as Moore kicks it straight to Brayshaw, flicks it to Langdon. Langdon kicks it tall and misses Melksham badly. And the arms up in apology.
I don't reckon he had time or the composure to put it in the right spot on the boot, JB. Just slammed it on the boot.
Play on.
Dacos to kick it high and wide.
Play on.
Lipinski.
High ball.
Locked up.
You up, Darcy? Luke.
Petrarca. Oscar Elliott knocks it down, and Oliver keeping it alive when many thought it wouldn't be. Brayshaw back inside, another dangerous kick here. Maynard.
Play on.
Thought about the switch in the end, didn't want to risk it. Goes down the line with a high ball. 3-on-1 here in favour of the Demons. Out the back it goes to Langdon, and now Salem, and eventually some forward ground with Petty. Into the hands of one of their best kickers, Salem. Beautiful ball here to Petrarca. He's also a ripping kick, and finds Sparrow. And Sparrow from directly in front of the punt road end. Christian Salem gets to him and says, steady down, think about it, take your time, go back and kick the goal.
BT, that mark from Maynard went straight back down the line, played into Melbourne's hands. He needed to switch the ball. He had players on the open side. That's what they did in the first quarter when they were able to open Melbourne up and hit the scoreboard.
Inside 50s this quarter, 10-0. Melbourne dominating here early in the second. Sparrow close to the man on the mark. Got the distance, the accuracy is good as well. So Melbourne by 23. So they are dominating. This quarter has gone 9 minutes already and they have owned the footy in their half of the ground, Melbourne.
Well, Hodgie called it, can't afford to just kick down the line and feed that intercept game of Melbourne. You don't score yourself, and then Melbourne just so lethal on turnover.
They've just got to start getting their hands on it, Daisy. I mean, this is a different kettle of fish playing Melbourne and trying to move the ball from the back half, and we've seen this quarter they haven't been able to do it because the contested possession is out of control.
Get it forward here, Ginnivan.
1 metre back.
That's their first touch in their front half this quarter.
Sticks it, Salem just can't hang on. Jordan comes in, stripped of the ball, holding the ball. Good result. Jamie Elliott, his forward heat's been superb.
To their credit, the Pies, when they do get it in there, they're being highly efficient. 12 inside 50s. They've not had a lot of opportunity, but lining up for their 6th goal, keeping them in it.
15 goals on. 15 gone.
150 games. Much loved Magpie. Very good at this. Got his third. And they needed it. It was an avalanche. Centre clearance, inside 50 entry, goal.
Well, they finally got one in their forward half. Melbourne, the play had been all up Melbourne's end, but as soon as Collingwood get it in their forward 50, they've had 7 disposals in their forward 50 for 6 goals. So Daisy touched on it before, they've been efficient once they've got it in there.
It was line ball there, I reckon, whether he actually had possession of the footy before the tackle.
He's tackling like a forward who hasn't had many opportunities.
Yeah.
Trying to lock it in there and make the most of it.
Absolutely. Fine, Salem. Such a smart handball that to Oliver. Jackson, Salem. Now on the end of it is Rivers. Got free passage to run as well. Chooses deep. Brown setting himself. One hand on it more. Stationary here, pursued by Melksham. Gets out of trouble through Lipinski. Lipinski on the head of Elliott. Salem did well. Beautiful handball by Myercheck now. Got it all to do here as Carmichael. Didn't want to tap it out. Knew he didn't have much support. So he professionally locked it in and under. So he wouldn't be penalised. He did the right thing.
He might have been a bit fortunate there.
Yep.
Like he dragged it back in.
Darcy, Luke.
Absolutely no prior there, so we'll
Straight
throw it
up. up
again.
Well done, thank you. Darcy, Luke.
Luke Jackson. Brayshaw's handball was broken up. Oliver, how good's he?
Push in the back, Melbourne. Advantage.
Advantage paid. Good ball for Brown.
Stand. Play on. You.
And that's not a good ball. Straight into the guts of Jeremy Howe.
Now here you go, Richo. They're trying to look to not straight line it here. This is what you're talking about, isn't it?
First time this quarter they've been able to get a switch, BT.
Yep.
Outside fight.
And let's see if once they do get it to the wing, if they do get it, whether they can come back in the corridor and change the angle again.
See how quickly, though, Melbourne were able to reshuffle across and shut it down again.
Yeah, very quick in the defensive transition. Johnson, good mark. He looks inside. De Goey's there. He keeps going down the line. Good ball over the top. Hoskin Elliott here. Outmanoeuvred here by Lever. Lever did well. Hoskin Elliott keeps going at it. Now Lever. Hoskin Elliott again. Little Soccer was good. He comes back in. Carmichael has a crack at it. The knockdown here. Picked up by Myercheck. Round the corner. Goal. Two goals each in the second quarter. It got out to 23. It's back to 11 points.
Simon Goodwin mentioned to Richo pre-game that they're a bit wary of Collingwood's ability to get through the corridor. It's quick handball. They're being very quick to fill up the middle of the ground, but when the Pies have been good, it's when they've gone, all right, you can take away corridor, but we're going to go around you, not down the line. Richo's mentioned it a few times. There's the opportunity. Melbourne shift across defensively, but at least they have to think and move and little gaps open up.
Ridiculous forward 50 efficiency, Collingwood. 9 disposals, 7 goals. Viney. Not far enough. Gawn's got to come at the ball. Petrarca. Jordan. Salem, it misses him. Lever. Petrarca bites off way too much. That's holding the ball, surely. Not going to matter. Streaming away, Dacos misses with the handball. Myercheck falls over. May comes in. Salem now. Jordan gets out of the tackle somehow. Viney back to Jordan. Forward of the ball, Jackson.
Stay clear. Stand. Play on.
Penetrating forward 50 entry. More brilliant.
Yeah, he was.
Stand.
Tried to outmanoeuvre him then, Melksham. Have a look at this, up the middle, dangerous, dangerous ball. They're out the back here. De Goey's got running support out wide in Hoskin Elliott. No one within 25 metres of him. He can go all the way with a couple of bounces. The finishing kick. Doesn't try and kick the goal. Tried to get it to Johnson. And that's a little bit of a misread.
Well done, Petty, but gee, that was gutsy from Collingwood. All the way back to Moore, his decision to go for the mark rather than spoil. If you don't mark that, it's a soft drop. It brings in small forwards. Backed himself in, and then the decision with the ball straight down the middle.
Pulsating game. Friday night MCG. Brown, it stumped out of his hands.
Ball up. Thanks, Jack. Max Mason, back this way.
That kick from Hoskin Elliott either had to have a shot or come inside. It was an in-between kick.
Salem's hands, always brilliant. Neil Bullen.
Play on.
Goes in search of Ben Brown. Moore comes across on him. Howe's taken in the Melksham tackle.
Ball up. Thanks, Jeremy. Thank you.
33 inside 50s to 14.
Back this way. Watch out, Jack.
And yet the lead is just 10 points.
Play on.
Brayshaw flicks it to Petrarca. Murphy spills the mark. Cozzy Pickett picks his pocket. Stays with it, Cozzy. Crisp did really nicely. Ball out.
Sorry, Ian, came off phone. Mason!
Shot of this crowd here. What I describe as a sneaky big crowd. Pulsating rain in the hours leading up. Thought maybe scare a few off. They've still come, and I bet you they're glad they have, because they've witnessed a high-quality contest. Shot from behind the goals, looking down the field here to the Melbourne forward end. Jordan, little handball, and feeling for a throw there, Pendlebury, I think. Nothing there. And
So a big job for Ash Johnson. If a quick kick comes here, he's got both Petty and May to contend with. So sole responsibility, just get it to ground.
Double hander from Cox. Pickett read it beautifully. Petrarca, almost a fall-away kick. High footy at the back. Nice mark. Set himself. Jeremy Howe.
Stand, Ben. Play on.
To Noble, who wants to go. Side bottom.
2 metres. Stand.
Professionally held up by Langdon.
Play on.
Now he wants to bring the footy across the ground. Murphy. Howe.
Play on.
Ball to play on. Quainer.
There's not much up the field. Melbourne zone has worked across hard. They're all set up there.
So Isaac Quainer
Play on.
gets around nicely. Long one. May to come in. That's what he's famous for.
If you're a Collingwood forward down the ground, you just got to bring it to ground. Can't let May or Gawn take that intercept mark.
Brayshaw on the end of it. I'm not sure if he saw Ben Brown. It was a wobbler. Maybe the benefit of the doubt. Maybe.
Oh, here we go.
Brown to run around and bend it through. Wow. Benny Brown, goal number 336. Did that beautifully.
Did he ever? Long range to snap too. Good purchase. That sounded like tough uncle vibes coming out there. Oh, back Brayshaw in. He saw him. The way he's been going, very clean. Everything he's done has been intentional.
I think we need to have another look at it, Daze.
This is the play from half-back running off. Just keeping it going forward. Brayshaw just with that pulled little kick late to see Brown.
So those 3 handballs that they linked up with there, that was what enabled them to get it over the top. The Collingwood defence really well worked.
That kick around the corner was as high as I've seen a twirling ball go this year. Massive kick from Ben Brown. Gone out of the middle with a clearance. Quainer. Pendlebury tried to nurse the right foot. Saw Dacos. Kinnerton there. Intelligent little knock on to Josh Dacos. Wobbles it inside 50. Here's Elliott again. He's already kicked 3. Lipinski at the ground level. Shovels it out. Johnson over the top. Myercheck. Can he get it on the boot? Got it to Elliott. Great smother Langdon. Kick off the ground, Myercheck. Minor score. Some desperates involved in that play.
Spot on, BT. Melbourne's desperation is back. Not sure if we saw that 4 or 5 weeks ago, but definitely last 2 weeks.
And is that how you measure them a little, Hodgie?
Oh, just how hungry. I reckon there was at stages when they lost the 5 of 8 that desperation was not there.
And providing a good long target. Cameron to come back on this. Nick Dacos. Now to Goey. Good ball for Lipinski. Now side bottom. Petty makes sure that Myercheck can't get up and release the ball quickly.
Stand. Play on.
So Maynard. Johnson. Brown flicks a handball out. That's really good forward heat. They've brought it all day and all night, and Hunt might have been lucky.
Got to point out Ben Brown then. He chased Cameron the whole way down just to get a handball receive.
Petrarca just got to dump it out of there. Collingwood are really well set up here. Well on Viney to create a contest. And that's 50. Big moments these.
And that was huge by Viney there. To get across and get that to ground, he was 3 on 1.
Yes. That's it, thank you. back on. Yeah, but you got to stand there.
Fritsch.
Stand.
That was the 50. Free kick against.
The players were trying to tell the umpire because of the crowd they can't hear the whistle.
Bailey Fritsch. Loves it. Absolutely loves it.
What's that?
A little bit of...
That one, yeah. I mean, we blow the whistle. He was felt he was looking at me too, but yeah, I know.
Just the question being asked by, very politely by Steele Sidebottom. Bailey Fritsch has now kicked his second. 4-2 second term. Melbourne starting to flex their muscles.
Howe going for the mark. The Collingwood players, the whistle was blown there for dropping the ball, but then as he's kicked, the umpire's paid 50, but 3 or 4 Collingwood players went up to him and said they just couldn't hear because of the crowd noise, how loud it is out there. But that doesn't matter, umpire won't change his decision.
Which is probably right, but they also have an intuition as to whose ball it is, and they sort of know, so Viney, Sparrow and Viney again. Looking for Gawn, nailed him. Too far out for Maxi, I reckon, just. Little kick into the pocket, got some height on it. Jeremy Howe was 4 deep with the spoil. In came Oliver with some real speed and toughness. Fritsch able to gobble it up, got the little handball out, but has kicked it out of bounds on the full. That'll be a Murphy free ball in the back pocket.
Max Gawn's clear plan from a centre bounce is to try and run forward, try and catch Cameron and Cox. Watching the ball.
Always dangerous kicking it in Max Gawn's direction in that situation. Rivers. Darcy, how good are those hands? Supreme defensive intercept player. Got a number of them playing in this game. May and Lever as well. Howe. Superb overhead marks for big defenders. Johnson. Hoskin Elliott. What can Jamie Elliott do? Got Lipinski forward to the ball and a rare skill error.
Outside 5, Brody.
Cross the tracker there. And Steele Sidebottom and Ed Langdon.
Over the line.
Both on the wing, getting it done in terms of kilometres at the moment.
Over the line.
Couple of minutes left in the half. May just wanting it down the line. Salem wanting to take a bit more ground than that. Then Brown at the back, desperate. Howe. Chris tried to take him on. If he can't get rid of it, he's in trouble. Hoskin Elliott. Great spoil by Salem. Simon Goodwin would be reasonably satisfied, in fact very satisfied with the pressure that his team's applying. You can see Harms in the background as the sub. Mark Williams there as well. On the other hand, McRae with 21 points adrift would just be getting a little itchy. Quainer once again. Oliver particularly hard at the footy and might nearly win this out. Didn't in the end. Didn't have enough players around him. Now Maynard. Searching left foot, ball into space. Elliott's in front. He's a good leaper. It was well defended in the end there by Hibberd. Myatek ran into a bit of a brick wall. And Jaden Hunt caught him. Hasn't seen a lot of the footy so far, Hunt, in this one, but that was an important one.
Move outside 5.
32-22. 54 tackles so far. Salem.
Outside 5.
11 goals collectively in the first quarter. 6 goals collectively in the second. High scoring affair. Down the line, Jackson! Sensational grab. Will give them an opportunity here with clock ticking away.
Play on.
Luke Jackson. Here comes Brown. Brown went very early. Howe was there. Out the back door, Fritsch.
Thinks that's what Jackson can do. Uses Maxi Gorn as a bit of a step ladder. Such an agile person for that size.
I'm sure Maxi will be that happy. Have a look at this brave kick down the middle. They found Pendlebury. Can he keep going here? Under a minute remaining in the half. Pendlebury goes wide with a little bit more certainty with the ball to side bottom. Side bottom to the run of Noble. Noble inside 50. Elliott in front, Ginnivan at the back, off hands, snap it, goal. Collingwood have got it. Johnson's the goal kicker. Wow. The fast, quick movement. Almost through the middle of the corridor.
This is where Collingwood has changed. The decision there from Moore to kick up the middle, that there's a minute to go. Most teams would switch to the side, run it down, go in, a couple goals down. But no, Collingwood's mindset is to take the game on, go to Pendlebury up the middle, moves the ball quick, and then that handball received then, that Steele's side bottom just gave. And we've spoken numerous times tonight about how efficient Collingwood are once they go inside 50. 8 goals from 18 entries. Such an exciting team when they play like this.
Had the stopwatch on that, Hodgie. 29 seconds from kick in to goal.
And Pendle's held it for about 5 before he hit the side bottom.
Yeah, you're right about them not switching off for the quarter and seeing it as an opportunity rather than a defensive sort of mindset in the middle. Vaughan takes it out. He's done a couple of times. Spargo, clever tap on. Petrarca's got it. Neat little ball by Petrarca. Just missed Jackson on the lead. Fritz kept it alive, did well. Got it back to Jackson with 24 seconds on the clock here. Watch Pickett at the back. Lord Stirling had to go. Tangled with Noble.
You up, Ben?
And they've got it in the right spot to finish it off.
Melbourne stoppage work. They've had the last 11 clearances.
So they'd be happy to have a stoppage to finish off the half then. Huge crowd here on a Friday night. Cameron defends forward. Crisp comes back into the field of play. Just got rid of it. Oliver, Petrarca with strength. Little kick. What a half of footy. It's had everything. It really has. 18 goals to half-time. Just 17 points in it. Cracking quarter, Hodgie.
Well, that's what you want. This is, talking about 2v3. Collingwood have been in outstanding form, and Melbourne are back to their best, just with their pressure, but
capable of 5 or 10 minute spurts in the middle, and they've got to find someone that can match it with Melbourne's sensational mids. Good look down the ground. Umpire Robert Finlay to get it underway. Cox and Jackson here. Collingwood to the punt road end in the first, and looks like another clearance going Melbourne's way. They are so good here. Brayshaw's going to get a look, and he's normally pretty good by foot. This one's touched. Neil Bullen was there, almost too high. Maynard to De Goey. The side of De Goey's boot set Lipinski a bit of a challenge here. Good support in the way of side bottom Shepherd. The kick is very dangerous back to Maynard. Lipinski now go back to the boundary line. Surely you don't want to be turning inboard. He had the ball pinned in the tackle there. He's got to remember that in that situation, the boundary line is his friend.
Brayshaw again with the centre clearance. They've all been from handball receives. Just trusts his teammate to get it done. He receives off them.
Pickett had it, lost it. And there is the boundary BT was talking about.
Right in. Mason. Thank you, Max.
Collingwood in and around clearances. They need one to the ball carrier and one to the tackle. One to the handball receiver. Too many times you've got two chasing the ball carrier.
Viney. So hard at the ball. Pings off a couple of boots. There's Viney again. Fritsch. Brayshaw. Langdon. Not his best.
Move outside 5. Thank you.
Wayne.
Holding, Cox. Mason. Stand.
Mason Cox here at half-back. He's going to try and bite off a little bit of ground through the corridor looking for Myercheck, and outmanoeuvred at half-back was Jackson.
Stand, Brody.
Hold of Myercheck.
Stand. Play on.
To Salem, and Salem short with Oliver.
Outside 5.
Outside 5.
Careful start to the second half. Oliver conservatively down the line, and Quainer should have marked.
Disappointed with himself, Isaac Quainer.
Mason. Lead.
Can Craig McRae conjure another miracle? 10 in a row by an average winning margin of 10 points. Viney. Jackson in from the side. Thumped away by side bottom now. Isaac Quaynor comes back on the footy. Can't get it past Gawn. His handball missed. Carmichael. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, Oliver. Pickett stripped of it. Murphy to Goey. Just pushed as he kicked it. Josh Dacos around Melcham with class. Not a great handball again. Jordan stands up in the tackle, and then he's gone.
On the ball. It was a really important tackle, JB. If he didn't make that, Days are on their way again, the Demons.
Climb back on.
Only a fingernail away from getting through was Jordan. Just hung on Maynard. So important, BT.
So here is Nick Dacos.
Stand.
Good look at the transition here of Melbourne as they quickly come across the ground. Look at them in numbers there, coming through the middle now to stop off any chance that Collingwood have of switching the play. So they decide to come back where it all started. Josh Dacos was beautiful off his toes. Now he goes for the kick into the middle. Look at this. To go, he's got to do something miraculous against 3 Melbourne players. He did that. Oliver got him in the tackle. They force. They push it forward. They keep going. Neil Bullen to Pickett. What a goal this would be. Missed. Gee.
That's the risk versus reward with Collingwood ball movement. They've been able to score at ease going inside forward 50 because of those kicks, but when Melbourne's zone is on, they get 3 to the contest, and that pressure turns the ball over.
They're a lot sharper to deny that switch when Collingwood looked for it that time as well.
So Dacos, a wide one. Moore's hands. Sublime. Under real pressure. Handballs to Dacos now. Side bottom. Half messed this up. Neil Bullen. Langdon denied access to the ball. Oliver flicks it to Langdon.
Touch. Play on. Play
Crisp.
on.
Play on is the call very clearly.
Not 15. Play on.
Lever. Ducks and weaves. Out of play.
Against Melbourne, when you're linking up with those handballs, you need players to be on the move and running, breaking lines. You can't handball it to stagnant players because Melbourne just swarm on you.
That guy there, Clayton Oliver, he's just untackleable when he's got the ball aloft and keeps his arms free. So good at getting miraculous handballs out of the action zone, if you like. And here he is applying the tackle.
Stand. That's okay. You're outside 5. That's okay. Play on.
And now Oliver. Deep. Gawn, Moore, Howe, all there.
Yeah, it's his strength, BT, but it's also he doesn't panic when a tackle comes. A lot of players, when they feel the tackle, the heart rate goes up, they're looking to dish off. He just sees it as a little blip, little speed bump that he has to get over, but he's still composed when that tackle comes.
Viney flicks it in the path of Melcham. Moore. Quaynor. Brilliant positioning.
He almost invites the tackle, Oliver. He wants you to come to him because then he releases it to a teammate in better space.
Cox in front. It's nicely done.
It has been about now, this stage in the game and this point on the scoreboard, that Collingwood is forced to start taking risks. So almost feel like strap yourselves in for the next little period.
Josh Dacos. May just again with the superb positioning and Hurried kick works for more. Can they slingshot from here?
They're trying to poke a hole in it. They are desperately trying to find a way through. Have they got through this time, the Pies? Lipinski over the top to Myercheck. He can keep running as well. He's got McCreary in the square. He keeps it low and hits him like a bullet. They poked, they prodded, they teased, and they eventually found a way through.
When they keep the ball in motion against this team, that's when they're most effective. Just keep the ball moving, making the Melbourne defenders chase.
15 gone. Michael, just go back 5 minutes.
So McCreary to get it back to a 2-goal game from point-blank range. Good start for the Pies here in the second half. Just intriguing watching it, watching Melbourne defend it and then watching Collingwood half a dozen times try and find a way through. Just fascinating. Two-goal game.
It was that early decision from Darcy Moore to just flick the handball to Dacos. A couple of Melbourne players, Luke Jackson, caught in no man's land just because of how quickly Collingwood were able to move the ball.
Richo, down to you.
Yeah, Will Hoskin-Elliott is downstairs at the moment, and Trent Bianco is just starting to get warmed up a little bit.
Centre square clearance here. Almost Myercheck hanging on. May, look out. Gone. McCreary is a pressure animal.
And Days, a win out of the middle finally.
Yeah, huge win for Collingwood. If they can start winning a few more of those, and just win some territory, block the ball in their front half, not have to do it from their back line every time. They look good when they are able to get through, but having to do it a lot.
Bo McCreary hangs it out. It's thumped through.
Well, De Goey with that clearance to Crisp, and you can see, and I like the idea of Elliott spending just a couple of minutes in the middle. He's very similar to the way De Goey goes about it. You can see Bianco warming up. Is that going to happen now, Richo, do you think?
He's coming in, BT, yeah. Hoskin-Elliott out of the game.
Okay. No footy here, so Collingwood closing the gap. Brown, Brayshaw, Petrarca, all involved. Neil Bullen now. Brown, good awareness to get it out wide to Langdon. Now to Oliver. This is what we're talking about. Daisy mentioned before. Never panics. They come at him. Neil Bullen keeps it alive. And he might be gone, but he might have got it out of bounds first. And I reckon he has. Umpire will talk here. And it will be out of bounds.
Darcy, Max.
So Collingwood just mounting a nice little mini campaign here.
Cameron to the front. Oliver getting busy. Again, they go after Langdon. Carmichael. Here's Rivers. And again, that ball's over.
Gee, they're precious slip today, Collingwood. I mean, they can't get anyone free at the moment, Melbourne. They're in their face every time they get it.
Carmichael moves on through. Here's May. Always marking that ball, and he's got Jordan on.
Outside.
Spargo works really hard for him. And will get reward.
He did. He didn't think he was going to get it. But he did work hard for it. Neil Bullen. Spargo overlap running there as well. So here comes Brown. He's got a little break on Jeremy Howe here. And when he sticks up the hands and grabs it at the maximum height, he's hard to beat. It's a good kick. Journey shouldn't be a problem here.
Just smart ball movement from Melbourne. Took a little bit of steam out of the game, just switched it across. Just picked their way through and then found the mismatch.
He is almost in your lap, Richo.
This is what he does every time, and you've got to love it. It's a routine that works for him, and he does it every single time.
He is almost on the bench starting this run-up. It almost requires a bounce midway. From just outside the 50. Big kick for the Demons. It's on target, not coming back quite enough. It did in its latter stages.
He's so consistent with that routine that he even does it at AFLW training when he's playing for the Bibs.
Takeoff wants to go.
Shamelessly chews up a whole minute of our training.
Noble. Myercheck ran under the footy, but Ginnivan with room to move. So dangerous. Hibbert, Elliott, Salem. And they run out of tarmac.
Easy, no freeze. Throw it in. Go, out. No freeze.
I reckon the umpire said no to Ginnivan, and he thought about the Salem one, paying a free against that. He said, well, I didn't pay the Ginnivan one, so I won't pay that. And well, you're right, Hodgie. Out the back, the pressure is really mounting. Langdon with a high footy. Oliver got a poor bounce. And Sparrow.
BT, you're spot on. It's a good, hard, physical game. You don't want a couple of little soft plays like that to give away a free kick.
2 goals. Melbourne up by. At the back, Cameron trying to find side bottom. Petrarca. Here's Crisp. Salem again, who's just really getting better and better since he's come back into the side. Christian Salem missed, I think 10 weeks early in the year and has just grown to the task.
Arm wrestle. Great vision. Rivers to Jordan. And they've got an overlap option here through Spargo. Back to Hibbert. Long ball in the Gawn direction. Hands to it. Couldn't hang on. Melcham flicks it to Brown. Brown to Petrarca. Back to Brown. He's going to run out of room. Benny gone. Brilliant, brilliant tackling heat.
They did so well then, Collingwood. Started with Jeremy Howie's decision to leave his opponent, come forward, apply pressure. It's risky because it leaves a hole behind you. But teammates just slid in behind, kept turning up.
Bianco, the medical sub, short to Maynard. 1 goal only so far in this 3rd term, and it's Collingwood that kicked it. 21-49, the inside 50 count. And yet the scoreboard is only 12 points. Here they go again. Bounce didn't sit for side bottom. He gets closed down. He goes long in the May direction. Johnson with him. Lever to Fritsch. Beautiful field kick for Brown, and his hands weren't up to it. Noble tries to get around and can't. Rivers has had a couple of good moments in this term. Oliver, not sure where that was going.
So Pendlebury, he wants to go middle, he does. They've got him lined up through the guts. Now on to Crisp, to Goey. Over the top again. Here is Carmichael, inside 50. Hammering ball, misses. I just wonder how long Melbourne can stay as composed and as disciplined as they are before they start, tide just starts to take over. And Collingwood, with this relentless approach, start to find more and more ways through.
It doesn't take much. That change of angles there from Pendlebury only went 15 metres, but it just changed the angle going inside 450, makes the Melbourne defence have to run backwards.
Every time they go in, they score. Collingwood, that's the issue for Simon Goodwin. Really good mark on Clayton Oliver. That's not going to work. Langdon's got to go back hard at the ball. Great pressure, Collingwood. High one here from Langdon. Brown, surely infringing. Away comes Crisp to Noble. And the calm of Pendlebury. Beautiful. Waynor, here they go again. Through the middle of the MCG. High and long. Bianco couldn't hang on. Jamie Elliott keeps it in. Now it's out.
They're starting to lose a bit of shape behind the footy too now, Melbourne, with this Collingwood team just putting it inside 50 a lot more this quarter, and they're losing a bit of shape, the D's.
Yeah, I agree, Richo.
Elliott was selfless then. For a man running as hot as he's been, to block then for Bianco, give way to him.
4 of the last inside 50s, the Pies. Pickett, Wayner got him. Crisp, Bianco, Dacos along the ground. Will it be deliberate? He tried to parallel it. Gee, I reckon he was hoping for the spin to work in. It wasn't in his favour for it to go out of bounds, so...
Over the line.
The other thing here too, BT, is they're finally level in contested possession this quarter, and Melbourne are under the pump now.
Oh, Salem soaked up the pressure magnificently. A little ball here looking for Brayshaw. They are right under the hot poker at the moment here, Melbourne. Now Viney. They are responding. The kick downfield, Pickett, Brown, clever, Petrarca, Pickett out wide, will get it the second go. Carell's Quainer, kick back inside, magnificent. Petrarca wants to keep going, round the corner, will Noble get there? It spills over the top to Melcham, Melcham to Spargo, Spargo the finisher, got it! Was it touched on the line? I think it's a goal. It is. Spargo with his first. And didn't they soak it up, Melbourne? They were right under the pump. Have been for most of this quarter, which has gone 18 minutes, and then to respond with that.
No. Okay. No. What do you reckon?
Smart knock on then from Brown. It's not the first time he's done it tonight. He's done it a few times. But this kick here, Pickett, just opened into Petrarca, who rolls on. And that was Melbourne's mindset. As soon as they got the open play, move the ball quick, put the Collingwood defence under pressure, and Spargo with a beautiful goal.
Very underrated footballer, Charlie Spargo.
But that Pickett kick opened it up.
So a goal apiece. Cox, clearance on his own. Picked off by Lever. Wobbles it off the side of the boot to Angus Brayshaw, who misses with the handball and forces Hunt to slap it out. Slight lull in proceedings. Jackson to Oliver. Somehow gets boot to ball. Pickett, Quainer, look at the pickup from Jackson. Flicks the handball into the path of Sparrow. He's got Oliver Ford to the ball. In fact, it's Spargo, and that's a really nice short ball for Jake Melcham. Might have only just gone far enough. Got one in the first term, Jakey Melcham.
Mason Cock wanted to take the man on the mark because he's got the jack in the box going from the man on the mark, JB, and he's been told there'll be no jack in the box this time.
Take Jake Melcham's absolute best from here.
Come on, Days.
Good response, JB.
He doesn't bring his best. In from the side, Jackson. And professional fumble from Dacos.
You'll see it shortly, Days. Next time Mason Cox gets to man the mark, watch out for the jumping jack in the box. He thinks it's a good tactic. I'm with him at this stage. We'll wait and see. Dacos, low ball, look at it. Lipinski. Degoe lurking. Gee, almost a 50. Lipinski to side bottom. Well cut off by Langdon, quickly to man the mark. Side bottom right on the wing. Cox the target, he's in the right spot, couldn't quite hold on, probably should have. Quick soccer off the ground, good mark, Hibbert.
Got Benny Brown on. Hands to it, couldn't hang on. Numbers now ground level with Collingwood. Langdon holds it in.
Thank you. Mate.
Absorbed the real push, Melbourne, from the Pies in this third term. Lipinski, little one out of there, gets beyond Lever. He's now got to work at ground level. Cox thought he might have been rewarded. De Goey on the left. Mark taken, top of the square, Myercheck.
That's okay. Ash, keep this going.
Great hands in there by Ginnivan. Nice little flick out
Ash, 5 metres
to De Goey.
Stand on the mark, please. That's it. Stand.
So the efficiency inside 50 tonight for Collingwood has been ridiculous. And it continues.
Score review. Umpire's calls behind. Please check it. That side of the post.
Review underway.
So, called to behind. Has to be overturned. Doesn't look like post from there.
I think it's one of these ones that they're checking automatically, is it? Or was
Review
No,
complete. Looking
the
at
other
these
side
angles,
of
there
the
appears
post.
to be a gap between the ball and the goalpost as it goes past, and no spike on edge. Decision on the scoreboard.
After all that, it's a goal to Collingwood. Inside 50, 26 times and scored 14 times with those entries. They've been absolutely amazing.
We've got a quality game. We've got a huge crowd. In fact, we know it's over 70,000 here tonight. This will be the first time in history that Collingwood and Melbourne in the home and away season have played in front of two 70,000 plus crowds. Footy's back. The quality is superb. And the game tonight starting to close up. It's back within 12. And this area that's so crucial that Daisy spoke of, the centre clearance work. Collingwood have been much better in this quarter and found a couple of ways to have a few wins, and it's made all the difference.
We'll talk about it all the time when the arc doesn't get it right, but that's what it's there for. That would have gone down as an absolute howler. Myercheck's goal being called a point, so thank goodness the technology's there to overturn it.
Lipinski. Cameron's got a job to do. Fleet of foot is Petty. McCreery was quick and he got clobbered around the head. Probably should have got a feed, McCreery. Now Cameron with the tackle on Hunt.
Back this way. Darcy, Luke. Watch out, please.
Pendlebury.
Ball up. Hey, Scott. Luke, Darcy.
Been important to Goey. Smile on his face. He hit that completely wrong.
Play on.
Well done, Maynard, just to get a hand in. It goes all the way back to Jordan. Gawn to Brayshaw, who's going to get taken immediately by McCreery.
Insufficient intent. Insufficient intent.
And deliberate. And fair enough too.
Outside 5. Play on!
Been a pressure quarter this from Collingwood. How long? Gawn in front. Again not able to hang on. Ginnivan ripped in a tackle. Lipinski with some room. Bends it back. Got it! Three goal to 1 quarter for Collingwood. They are charging.
Being behind is like red rag to a bull for them, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
Excellent there from Cox. Made the contest against Max Gawn. And then Ginnivan with the flick out to Lipinski, who's very calm under pressure. That's Collingwood have kicked 4 of the last 5 goals. Crowd is starting to get behind him.
Look at Darcy Moore right up the other end of the ground. He feels as involved in that goal as the goal kicker.
Shows how important it is for him.
Absolutely. Hunting here at the moment. Melbourne with the crucial clearance ball. Brayshaw inside 50. Quainer got a difficult bouncing ball. The talented Pickett. Little soccer, Neil Bull, and great handball. Gawn. Right foot inside out. Slider, banana. Oh boy, Maxie's had a bad night by foot.
The other thing with Moore, it just shows the belief and spirit that this side plays with. And you've got the fullback at the other end celebrating a goal like that and feeling the momentum shifting their way. It's huge.
Oliver in front. Gawn. Slips it to May now. Oliver again. Salem, so much class by foot. Finds a hole for Petrarca.
1 metre forward. Yeah, thanks, Scott.
Looks to the bench. Knows there's a minute and 20 left.
He'll have a crack for sure here.
He's going to call it.
Gobbling all that time up, Richo. The raging bull. Goes into the pocket for Ben Brown.
Get down there, Meta. Get down there. Get down there.
Very good hands from the big man.
That's it. 10 metres here.
Stand there.
And he'll take up as many seconds as he can. See if he can bend this through.
He'll call it.
Benny Brown, that's too narrow.
See, Scott Penalty did a wonderful job on the mark. Have a look at this. He's asking the umpire every second, is it play on? Can I go yet? Can I go? And when Petrarca did go wide, he was there instantaneously. I've got no doubt that had an effect on Petrarca's kick. Pushed him slightly sideways. So Howe. In the line here, Myercheck. Langdon, Petrarca, Neil Bullen, Moore's got him, super duper tackle, Darcy Moore.
Thank you. Back this way. Max, Mason.
Not paid, not going to matter. Siren's going to sound. What a final term we've got ahead of us. Brilliant. Brilliant third quarter from Collingwood to drag themselves back into this game. Just 7 points with a quarter to go. Down, Richo, that's for sure. Huge 30 minutes right now. The reigning premiers being tested. Collingwood chasing 11 in a row. Not a great bounce. .25 percentage points separates these two. Look at them. Josh Dacos and Christian Petrarca chatting away. Gawn gets his own ball off the deck. Sparrow, in comes Cozzy Pickett. Charlie Spargo to Oliver. Oh, to go, he had it and lost it. Fritsch. Gone.
In the ball. Collingwood.
Like slow motion, wasn't it? Knew he was gone, knew he had one arm wrapped up.
Straight to him,
And Murphy
stand. Play on.
does as the umpire suggests. Nick Dacos, that kick back inside. It's a brave man to do it. Crisp, the one up the middle, is even braver. Maynard. He was going to give the handball, then realised he had to go with the left foot slider and didn't connect well. He apologises.
That's what makes Collingwood so dangerous. So many players just don't take those kicks. Dacos, Crisp, both of them.
Gawn, disposing of Cameron. Petrarca, the front runner here. Got a heap of time. In the end, gave it back to Oliver. Not sure that was probably the right one. Pendlebury tries to flick it over. Jordan, Gawn, so composed, Melbourne players. Really composed. Hunt, high footy, Brown, Maynard, and Brown the win onto Petrarca. Building, Fritsch.
Now Melbourne's turn to move it quickly. Bailey Fritsch. Jordan on short. Sits it into the hole. It gets past Melcham. Side bottom, just the dumping kick. It's going to work. Sort of season Dacos is having, although that's not going to work. Petrarca, Viney, Fritsch takes the tackler on again and brings all sorts of heat on himself. Viney to Jordan. Got Cozzy Pickett on short. He gets closed down. Now they have to grimly defend. Spargo, Maynard, Howe. And Petty in the end's got to thump it over.
Dacos just getting up, still a bit ginger.
Big tackle, and Fritsch doing everything to make sure that he felt it. Cameron, Salem, quick hands, Crisp to push off. Takes on Oliver, didn't quite shake him. De Goey. Speed, kick, over the head of Johnson. Stood well, he probably should have marked it in the end. He flicked it between the legs. I wonder whether that was a throw. Surely it was a throw. Goodness gracious me, did you see this?
Just wait, Steve.
Hard to say, but it looked throwish.
How exciting.
Umpire's call is out on the full. Please confirm.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball crosses the line on the boundary side of the post. Decision on the scoreboard.
Rare error from Elliott. Had McCreery running with him. Could have given the handball. Doesn't Johnson look a natural player though? Every time he goes near the football, he can play.
Amazing journey from Halls Creek by the Waffle and the Sandful. Amos. Long one here for Gawn. Has to thump it from behind.
I reckon he has. It looks like he's got great ability to leap as well. I think we're going to see when he gets his confidence in marking, him take some really, really big marks.
Yeah, great story. He had a serious hamstring injury as well. I heard McRae talking about him, saying that he sort of developed and matured during that period.
No ruckman over to touch the ball. To Goey. For the man we're talking about. Johnson, it didn't quite get to him, and Lipinski folded back. Lipinski, Elliott. Brilliant kick. Very good mark. This to get Collingwood within a point.
That was smart from Johnson then. He led out of the road, which gave Elliott gap to run into. Strong mark overhead.
Jamie Elliott for goal number 4. Love him from here, and that not going to get there. Oh, it's marked inside the field of play by Johnson.
Give me the ball. We're just going to have a score review.
I believe it's a mark. Confirm the ball was marked before crossing the line.
I reckon his feet were behind the line, but his hands weren't.
Mark, please confirm it was marked inside the field of play.
Review underway.
Has to be all the way over, doesn't it?
The ball does.
It was a clean grab.
Very hard to see how that's going to be overturned.
Yep.
That's a mark. Can see part of the ball hidden by the post.
Harrison back in.
Just a little bobble at the end there.
Yeah, that's true, Brian.
Yeah, I reckon it's...
Can't overturn that, BT.
Oh, gee, there's a little bobble there, Hodgie.
Looking at these angles, we can see the ball is controlled before crossing the back of the...
No bobble.
No bobble, BT.
No bobble. I must have been imagining it.
He will call it.
A mark in the field of play.
All right, on the line. Come around.
And from here, this should result in a goal to Collingwood.
Come around. Out, Jake. Play on.
Oh, no. Could not have made a bigger mess of it.
So Collingwood quick into transition. Lever.
Play on.
Staying close to the boundary line. Cameron and Gawn. Pickett. Did well to get boot to ball, Pickett. Now Jeremy Howe's got to soak up this pressure. Little bobble there. Picked up by Carmichael. Ginnivan there, and going back was Gawn. Very, very nice mark from the big fella.
To Petty, Petrarca, Jordan, but they've closed the outlets off here.
Got nothing tall down the line at all here.
Move it on. Play on.
Got to try and manufacture something. Fridge, in the end, a chest mark dropped. Did really well to get to the ball.
A lot of energy about Collingwood at the moment. Even that, the ball comes across and they were first to get across and defend, set up. Wasn't a lot of movement from Melbourne.
Can this emphatic run continue? Oliver been enormous. Bounces it inside 50. Gets past Jackson. Howe. McCreary. Broken out of his hands and out of play.
Yep, juggled it over the mark, over the line.
Bobble.
Little bobble. Says, thank you. Little bobble. Melbourne bench, look at them. They're all standing up. They can't wait to get back on the ground. Jordan. Lipinski sticks the tackle and throws him out of bounds. What a last 15 minutes we have got. The all-conquering Pies who just keep coming back and having these low win margins. It's not since 1965 that they've won 11 in a row. And they're looking to do that here tonight. Inside 50 for the Pies. Petty pursued by Johnson. Didn't really want to take him out of bounds. Needed to keep him in play if he could. Momentum did.
Both teams tackling tonight's been ferocious. Both almost had 50 tackles for the game. Nice and physical.
Just one goal so far in this second half for the Demons. Lipinski with a little dribbler. Hibbard. Again, Elliott with a superb forward 50 tackle. Already has 2 goals on the night because of it.
Jabber, we spoke at halftime about his pressure. Got 2 goals, as you said, from tackles like that. They just don't give up.
Thank you, that's it.
As soon as the ball hits the ground, there's 2 and 3 after
That's
them.
a try option, I'll take it.
For goal number 4 in game number 150.
15 gone.
Collingwood will not be denied. How much belief are they building up this incredible run? Already beaten Melbourne in this run of 10. Queen's birthday. Kicked 5 of the last 6.
Jamie Elliott again, just outstanding pressure. They've evened up clearances as well, Collingwood, since half-time.
Well,
means that you're not playing on the back foot all the time, not always chasing from the get-go. Gives you more energy to tackle and chase like that.
De Goey. Inside 50 again. Hunt. Ginnivan. Picked up by Melbourne with big numbers here. Langdon. Out of defence, needs to hook up with Neil Bullen. He did well, but it was a 2-on-1. Maynard and Dacos always going to be hard to beat. How clean at the feet was Dacos. Looking for the ball. Ginnivan creating space. Now Hunt's got to go, and he did. He's confronted by two, and they tie him up.
Game almost exclusively being played in Collingwood's front half.
And the other thing, James, is that they've only taken 2 intercept marks in their back 50 tonight, Melbourne, and when it gets to ground level, that's where Elliott's been able to go to work with his pressure.
Great smother, Angus Brayshaw. Jackson. Neil Bullen pounded by Maynard. Levelled.
That's one bloke you do not want to run into at full steam.
They're going again. Johnson. It is all going one way.
Clever footballer, the little squeeze kick from Steele's side bottom. And he was just first to move, first to react to it.
15 gone.
Even the one on the line, he missed the opportunity before, but anyone else would go back and just expect Elliott to make the distance, not be connected with the play. There's that huge tackle again.
Going to go back to the 4-minute mark of the game, the last time Collingwood led. They do now. Johnson's got 3. To steal a line from Moneyball days, this is just plain crazy.
The live ladder. You can see what they're competing for. It's a top 2 opportunity for both teams here. That's what's on the line. Top 2, the reward. At least for a week. You go back to the middle. Collingwood have kicked 4 in a row. Viney to Rivers. Rivers inside. Gawn, one arm free. Ben Brown out the back door. Picked it up cleanly to Neil Bullen. Got rid of it. Little handball will need to come out here. I think it's Fritsch at the bottom of that. And held it up. Would have liked to have seen it not clear then.
Lipinski, he's in trouble. Oh, given all sorts of time.
Just, we've spoken about Collingwood's pressure. 11 tackles to 2 this quarter. They're up and about.
There it is there, Hodgie.
This is the reason that they're ball move. This is the reason why they've won 10 in a row. They won't give up.
Rivers, well done Dacos just to get a hand in, slap forward. Bouncing ball here for Hunt, who's just got to hoist it high. Max Gawn takes the mark. It's the forward 50 connection that's cost them tonight. And Benny Brown somehow finds a way to get on the end of that.
Need a bit more of that, the D's. They've handballed a lot this quarter. 20 kicks, 23 handballs. You see Hunt then just banged it forward.
Darcy Moore is just coming back on the ground, so that probably hurt having him off in this inside 50 mark.
Jack in the box here. Daisy, watch it, watch him. Watch him come out of the ground.
Big noise from the Collingwood fans. They need a goal here, Melbourne. And Ben Brown gives it to them. Beautiful set shot kick. Melbourne back in front.
Good goal.
Brown's got his second. Good game.
Yeah, I like the kick forward from Hunt. Just take a bit of territory. Respect that Collingwood's tackle pressure's been so good. 11-2 this quarter, as we just spoke about. Take the ball forward. Give Gawn and Brown a chance.
Richo, Maynard. Oliver. Brown. Pendlebury. Upended. Oliver. Defend. Found time and space for Petrarca. Here's Brown again. One-on-one with Murphy over the back.
BT, you've said a number of times tonight how hard Oliver is to tackle. The amount of time he looks like he's in trouble, but he'll get a fend off. He's always got support around him to use the hands.
First real bit of territory here for Melbourne in the last 10 minutes. Pendlebury, how are they going to view this? Insufficient. Come back in here for Melbourne.
On the line or 5 out?
Christian Petrarca wants to go quick. He goes low and hard. Cozzy Pickett, just an arm in. Stephen May drops what he would normally take. Socket off the ground, McCreery and Petty. Nowhere from McCreery to go. Petty's just got to try and corral him, and McCreery did that very well.
What a decision that was, JB. Saw Hibberd down the ground, knew he couldn't kick it, and then knew he couldn't get it out of bounds deliberate. The little handball was all he had on offer. It was well done. Cox from the back. Crisp. Petrarca. Oliver, great handball. Nayshaw with a little bit of time, looks back inside. Spots up Oliver, it's a good kick. Does Oliver go on with it?
Brayshaw again, smart decision just to hold out of that contest. Collingwood opponents collapsed in, him in space.
High ball, Quainer over the back. In front, Carmichael. Pendlebury, Crisp, took him on. Handball to Dacos. Josh, little kick out wide. Majacek. First at the ball was May. Desperate win. Lever over the top to Hibberd. Melbourne fighting for survival here. They really are under the pump, and they've handled it so well.
Langdon's just got to dump it down the line. Here comes Brown. They thump into him. Pickett been a bit wobbly over the footy. Carmichael through to Dacos. Yes, please. Superb, Josh Dacos. Pies back in front.
Great contest there, Brown and Sparrow, but side bottom flicks the ball up, and once again Collingwood with the changing angles, bringing the ball into the corridor, and just some nice calm hands to Dacos, who calmly turns around, puts them back up by 5 points. We know they're good in the close games. 8 of the last 10 that they've won, it's been under 2 goals.
You can see what it means to everybody. Unbelievable. They have kicked 3 of the 4 goals in this last quarter. They have kicked 5 of the last 6. Oliver, Petrarca, Viney, Neil Bullen faces the goal. 30, closing, got it. Wow, what a response to get the lead back. It's a full-on frenzy here in the last quarter. lead changes with the last 4 scores.
See there how smart Neil Bullen was. Dacos got drawn into the contest, went to look for the footy, and he just dropped off him. That's why he had so much space to get that handball received. Smart play.
What a game. What a game of footy. It looks every bit of 2v3. You know the pies will keep coming. They've been arguably the story of this season, Collingwood. Clean possession gone. Here comes Pickett. Got Fritsch rolling for him. Kick was just too far out in front for Bailey Fritsch. Langdon broken up with brilliance by Sidebottom. Degoe. Too wide for Ginnivan.
Gee, offence is king. Wasn't that long ago, JB? Every game, defence was king. It may be for the first half in games, but at this rate, it busts open. And offence, the big winner here. Dacos, Josh, what a pick-up. Crisp, bang on boot. Myercheck kicked more goals in 41 than any player in history. Degoe, short little ball here, finds McCreary. Got Lipinski in the pocket, coming out the other way. Johnson, little bit of a push. It's in the back.
Push in the back.
Johnson will have a chance at goal number 4. Petty in disbelief.
That's it, right there.
Think there might have been a little one.
Oh, yeah.
Call it a big one.
Line back on. Push out, Patrick.
This
Stand, please.
will be the 5th goal, if he kicks it, where we've had a lead change in a row. Johnson for goal number 4 in an incredible game in front of a massive crowd, and for massive gain being a top 2. Johnson from 30. Straight lines it as cool as a cucumber. Kicks goal number 4 and Collingwood lead by 5, Hodgie.
That's where they've matched him. That contested ball, the kick into the corridor. Collingwood won it, surged it forward. And then the kick in front. Johnson, they've definitely found a young fellow with a lot of potential. His hands we've spoken about tonight. But his last 2 shots at goal, pressure has not fazed him at all. And the excitement behind it, look at the crowd.
Collingwood have given their fans. Just extraordinary.
Go, Jamie.
This is a time too, JB, where you've got to look at your benches. You've got to make sure any player that you want on the ground that's good enough to be out there as your starting 18 has got to be on the ground in the next minute or 2.
Vaughan's got to park himself under this. Oliver again, supreme. Viney always wants his left side and gets it. Long entry inside 50. Quaynor out the back. To a 1v1. Rivers, McCreary, good win.
Huge mark.
Bo McCreary. Just got to go long and high. Huge numbers in the air. Almost Cameron. Jordan has it held in.
We've spoken about all their experience in close games. Collingwood, there's an example from Quaynor. You know, their natural game might be to handball out of their D50 there, but off the back of a centre clearance win for Melbourne, heaps of space, dangerous position. They've got a little lead, just cleared it, kicked the big long kick. McCreary did the rest.
Jackson Darcy. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks, Jordan.
6 minutes left. You feel there's a couple more goals in this one, the way they've scored them tonight. Cameron, Petty, McCreary. He might be gone here. No fire, says the umpire.
Hard to teach those little Quaynor decisions on a screen, isn't it, Hodgie? Sitting theoretically, you've got to go out and do it.
Jordan. to Viney, the little dribbler, safe kick. Howe able to shake Brayshaw. Brown did well to get a boot on that. And we'll throw it back in. So Ginnivan waits to come on the bench, and really with 5 minutes to go, you don't want to be caught out the other side where you can't get any guns or any players that you think are absolute necessities. You must have them on the ground now.
Tagoe through the Viney tackle. High ball forward.
Oh, no.
So good in the air, Stephen May. Goes to Salem. Just gets to him too.
Play on! Fine.
Collingwood have won 6 of the last 7 encounters between these two teams. They believe when they play Melbourne.
Play on!
Harrison Petty with a long ball. Maynard. 2v1 in the air works.
That's what you're talking about, Daisy.
Hands off, and Lipinski. Under 5 minutes. Collingwood with the lead. Is it possible they can do it again? Johnson. Let the footy roll. Now it'll be a ball up.
Daisy, that was exactly what you're talking about. Maynard took the intercept mark, then pulls back and goes boundary side. We've spoken about all night how they've tried to go through the corridor. They've been in this situation so many times the last 2 months.
4.5 minutes. Brown. Extended jukes, couldn't reel it in. Crisp. Lipinski been good tonight. Pickett really aggressively won that footy. Nick Dacos the interception. Side bottom with the little nursing poker ball. Found Crisp, who is a big kick. Now Max Gawn is right on 50. On the run, he's got no problems with the journey from here. The set shot means momentum is different.
Gee, their pressure has been unbelievable in this second half, Collingwood. They're just in Melbourne's face every time.
Crisp not going to go for goal. Puts it to the face. Myatek out the back. Cameron almost. Spills here. Petty. Viney will get the free. Clumsy ball. He was trying to win the ball at ground level. And Elliott caught him.
Goes by hand. Hibbert's got May on short. He's not wanting to bite that off. Further one here for Jordan. Hands to it, couldn't take it. And Maynard sees it over. Oliver. Fridge. Stripped of it. Now Fridge goes and finds it and then gets claimed. Viney, look at the heat coming here from Collingwood. Flicked out by Jordan. Angus Brayshaw ripped as he kicks it, and that's going to work. Bianco. Since half-time, Collingwood's pressure has been extraordinary. Bianco. Long down the line, May hands to it, couldn't hang on. Gawn breaks it up. McCreary and Crisp. Crisp inside 50 ball. Elliott, look out, so dangerous. Lever comes through. Taken in a fantastic Lipinski tackle.
2.5 minutes left. Melbourne have only got 3 interchange left. Pressure really mounting. You feel there's at least one more goal in this game. Gawn the knockdown to side bottom. On to Crisp, round the corner, got it over the top, and hits the post. It hits the post, but gee, it's an important point in front of 70,956. A 6-point Collingwood lead.
A kick to Petrarca, he has it broken out of his hands. Finds a way to get it onto Hunt, who went without it, holding the ball. Big moment that.
So. That was smart by Pendlebury. He knew they were going to come inside the corridor. Stayed on Petrarca. Won the free kick.
If he finds a body with this, well, advancing it anyway, It's going to make it very hard for Melbourne.
Lever and May haven't taken an intercept mark in their defensive 50 tonight, so that's a big story. They just haven't had the influence. They got it to ground.
Time ticking down. There is May. It gets all the way to the back. Gawn goes without. Any score wins it for Collingwood.
You reckon they'd be aware of that, Hodgie, that any score wins it for them? You reckon they've had time to put that through the processor?
Without a doubt, they'll be yelling out. Well, first of all, they just want to keep the pressure in the forward line. They've got Howe sitting behind the ball in the middle of the ground, making sure they can't go coast to coast in the last minute to score.
Gawn over the back. Oliver. Time being chewed up.
Darcy, Max. Thank you. Yeah.
Almost 71,000. Great crowd here tonight.
1 minute board, perhaps a little premature, but thereabouts. Ball ricocheting around here dangerously for Melbourne. McCreary with the tackle. Elliott over the line.
That there, smart. Normally you'd kick it to the top of the goal square. Elliott happy to get tackled over the boundary line. Get a stop it in your forward 50. Set up behind the ball.
What a story. That man on screen is. Through comes Brayshaw with strength. Gets it into the path of Hunt. He goes without. Bianco on the ground. Play on called. Now it's going to be called dead, but it's at the right end. If you're a fan of the Collingwood Footy Club.
9 forward 50 tackles for the quarter. A huge number in a quarter of footy. Just can't get it out of there, the D's.
Dacos with a little one. Viney, Brayshaw involved. Oliver there as well. Listen to the appreciation coming from the Collingwood faithful.
Ball up here. Gawn. No ball. They're running out of time. 30 seconds. Still anyone capable of scoring. Collingwood score it's all over. Melbourne have got possession. This is their last chance. Mark taken by Crisp. He'll milk the 30. He's within kicking distance. The umpires will give him the 30. Can you believe it? Collingwood are going to win again. It'll be 11 in a row, 15 for the year, and how unlikely it has been. Look at the excitement. Collingwood have got home in another thriller. Crisp for the crowning glory. The Magpies have won. An absolute thriller on Friday night. Sydney and Carlton to come. Essendon are the